Public education has seemingly been under attack from many different angles. Administrators and teachers put forth high efforts to provide for the needs of students so they might learn. Issues such as equity, accountability, social emotional learning, and technology were already at the forefront. Then comes 2020 and COVID 19, magnifying all the issues that were already very prevalent. Now, parents are losing their jobs or sometimes working while teaching their students. Teachers are stretched thinner than ever before. Children are separated from their peers, and administrators in schools try to lead everyone to greatness even still. It seems a bit like we're living in a fantasy world. Sometimes I can't even believe that this is life now. It is as if we are all part of this epic quest fighting against the forces of evil, attempting to break down the very cornerstone of our society, education. In these uncertain times, people don't know what to believe. Has public education failed our children? Is the answer with charter schools or private schools? Is it best that our students go back to school full time? Or should schools and society at large remain shut down? As a leader, it is so important to keep a level head and make the best decisions for all stakeholders. A children's fantasy novel, such as J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, may not seem like the first choice when seeking knowledge in such times, but this book has many gems and examples of what good and bad leaders do in times of strife. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is the fifth installment of Rowling's series. The book follows the events of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, where Lord Voldemort has returned, but Harry was the only eyewitness to his resurrection to power. There are four notable leaders within this story: Harry Potter, a young wizard in training; Dolores Umbridge, a senior ministry employee; the Minister of Magic, Cornelius Fudge; and Professor Albus Dumbledore, long-standing headmaster at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The wizarding world has been split into those who believe Harry and support him, Dumbledore, and the rest of the Order of the Phoenix, and those who support the Ministry of Magic and deny the return of the Dark Lord out of fear. Fudge is threatened by Dumbledore and insecure of his own leadership capabilities. Because Dumbledore is the only person Voldemort has ever feared, he believes the wizarding community will replace him with Dumbledore as Minister of Magic. Rather than collaborate and utilize Dumbledore's strengths for the good of his people, he leads a propaganda campaign to smear Dumbledore and Harry's reputation. His insecurities lead Minister Fudge to appoint Dolores Umbridge as professor and High Inquisitor as a government representative at Hogwarts. She is the epitome of the dark side of leadership, as described by Northouse. Umbridge undermines Dumbledore at every turn, and as she gains power, his is stripped away. She is eventually promoted and replaces Dumbledore as the headmaster, and he flees to escape imprisonment. Even in his absence, the majority of the staff remain loyal to Dumbledore and trust him to a fault. He seems to have all the necessary traits of a leader, including intelligence, confidence, charisma, determination, sociability, and integrity. While it may seem that his style is laissez faire, Dumbledore is always steps ahead of any opposition. He empowers all in his circle to become leaders in their own right. This goes along with students, professors, and community members as well. Umbridge's autocratic leadership belittles other professors and turns staff and students against each other through favoritism. Umbridge also only allows the students to learn defense against dark arts, theoretically, in order to prepare for ordinary wizarding level exams, also known as OWLs. In order to ensure that they will be prepared for the growing evils that surround them, the students are forced to select their own leader, Harry Potter himself. Ultimately, Umbridge meets her own demise as the students plot to overthrow her succeeds, and she is carried away deep into the Forbidden Forest by a herd of senators she had already angered. Harry is a very humble leader. Although he was reluctant at first to assume a position as a teacher and leader of his fellow peers and students. He is encouraged by those who believe and has seen his talents. Those who are skeptical soon see the light and gain trust due to his democratic style and ability to form positive culture. He begins by allowing the members to select their own name, and they choose Dumbledore's army, of course. They also choose the location and means of magical communication. Through his leadership, the clumsy and doubting Neville Longbottom is able to master the Expelliarmus spell, and other students are able to learn high-level spells such as the Patronus charm. He is even able to bring Luna Lovegood, a long-standing member of the Out group, into the core team. He tells them every great wizard in history has started off as nothing more than what we are now, students. If they can do it, why not us? Harry is able to balance being task and relationship oriented. He tells them working hard is important, but there's something else that's more important than that: believing in yourself. He is plagued with visions of Voldemort's secret mission. His team is ready to follow him to battle, knowing the ultimate price to pay could be their very lives. Although this vision was planted as a trap by Voldemort, and it would seem that Harry led the DA to their doom, the battle at the Ministry of Magic allowed Minister Fudge to see proof of what he was denying for months. He, as in Lord Voldemort, is really back. Harry lost his uncle and only guardian that night, and they gained real-life experience that they would need in the coming years. While he may not have the traits of the all-powerful Albus Dumbledore, he has a team that supports him, with strengths that complement his weaknesses. His peers in the Wizarding world now see him more than just the boy that lived, but Voldemort's equal and their leader in the fight against darkness. As a child, I read this story for its whimsy and wonder. As an adult, I can see the merits and the lessons taught about leadership, and also, of course, still for whimsy and wonder. Educational leaders must be able to inspire others to follow our vision. We must lead in a manner that will cause others to follow us even in the most uncertain times. And these are certainly uncertain times for education and our society. Effective leadership is more important than ever before. According to Northhouse, people want leaders who can relate to their circumstances, not a tyrant who's ready to kick you while you're down. We are in need of leaders who are able to rise up, even in our own fear and doubt, not hide in denial and hope that the problem will just go away. Some leaders may have the magic touch, but most need a strong team with whom they can utilize distributed leadership and empower through efficacy. It is important to have the administrative skills necessary to run the day-to-day operations of an organization, but at the same time realizing that building relationships is what allows others to work by your side. Dumbledore says we must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy. Choosing a different path in life probably would have been easier, but I know that that ensuring that all children receive an equitable, quality education, no matter what the circumstance, is what's right. Thank you.